Folks, we're going to get started, please. So if I can have your attention. So welcome to Histopardy, the 17th semi-annual installment of Histopardy, a true History Department tradition. Thank you for SAPS for organizing this. Give them a big round of applause. Thank you to Sandra and Ziggy for being faculty advisors for SAPS. Okay, so we have 7 teams. The competition will be intense tonight, and starting from my right, Team 1, Dog, D-O-G. Team 2, Ground Beef. Team 3, Little Caesars. Team 4, Monday Night Liberty. Oh, Team 4, Monday Night Liberty. Team 5, Papa John's. Team 6, Jonklers. And Team 7, the Mullen Report. Okay, like your enthusiasm. It's a huge team, huge team. Okay, so I'm going to go over the rules really quick. For those of you who have not played this game before, the rules are as follows. It's not like the Jeopardy television game show, but sort of like it at the same time. We have teams. There's no buzzer. Each team works out together their answers to each question. There are 5 questions per category. There are 3 categories per round. There are 3 rounds, so 30 questions in total. And there's also a third round, a final Histopardy question where teams wager none of their points, some of their points, or all of their points on the final Histopardy question, okay? So what you don't want to do is yell out the answer. Instead, confer among your teammates, and then we'll go around between between categories and get your answers. And then we'll keep score as we go, okay?
I think a good tactic or strategy tactic would be to use a pencil. If you have an idea and you want to suggest it, scribble it down, have your teammates think about it rather than saying it out loud, because the room is echoey. We tend to hear what the answers are.
All right, thanks, Rick. Finally, the first round is worth half the points of the second round, so just keep that in mind. Okay, we're going to go now to the first round. Oh, I forgot to hand out the papers. Okay, I did forget something, so let me pass these out. Yeah, paper. It's for writing your answers on. Okay. First category. Naval warfare for 100 points. You should all get this. After John Paul Jones served in the fledgling American Navy in the Revolutionary War, he later served as an officer in the Navy of this European state. All right, for 200, this 1898 naval battle resulted in a resounding American victory over the Spanish fleet anchored off the coast of this city in the Philippines. Starting with some easy questions, then they get a bit harder. Okay. For 300, located in the Orkney Islands, it served as Great Britain's premier naval base in both World War I and World War II. All right. So, for 400, next question. The Battle of Lepanto in 1571 was one of the largest naval battles in history and followed just weeks after the Ottoman Turks captured this island from Venetian control. Okay, and for 500, in November 1810, the British marshaled a force of 70 ships and nearly 10,000 men to successfully capture this last remaining French island colony and naval base in the Indian Ocean. What is the French island colony under assault? How are we doing?
Hopefully good.
Yeah. Correct. 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 4 or 5. So you got 1,100 points. Well done. Well done. So we'll announce the answers in a moment, okay? You guys are jongleurs, right? All right, thank you. All right. You guys ready? Okay, can I?
Ready as we're gonna be.
Should we write a team name on there?
No, I got it. Correct, correct. Correct. All right, so you got 800. Well done. We'll give you the answers in a moment. So 800 for jongleurs. So, okay. Okay, I'm going to give you guys the answers now. Here are the answers. For 100, I think you all got this one right. For 100, the answer was Russia. Russia was the answer, the European state that employed John Paul Jones. For 200, the answer was Manila. Again, I think you guys did all very well on that one. For 300, Great Britain's premier naval base, Scapa Flow. And for 400, the Battle of Lepanto followed shortly after the Ottoman capture of Cyprus. And for 500, in 1810, the British seized the last French island colony in the Indian Ocean, Mauritius, also known as Ile-de-France. So, the scores?
I'm just gonna read them off because I messed up on the leaderboard. I'm gonna redo it.
All right. Ryan, can you come here with your scores? Can you read out the scores, okay?
Oh, sure.
Because my voice is going to go if I keep doing this.
Okay.
So Ryan's going to read out the scores so far after the first round.
All right. In 7th place with 600, Little Caesars. In 6th place with 800, Jongleurs. Yeah! In 5th place with 1,000, Papa John's. Tied for 3rd place with 1,100, Dog and Brown Beach. In 2nd place with 1,400. 1,400,
It's 1100. That's okay.
Oh, okay.
No worries. No worries. Okay, thank you.
You take this.
Okay, awesome. Okay, on to the next round, folks. Are we ready? Okay. Global Marxism and Socialism. Mao Zedong famously sought to humiliate this rotund Soviet premier by inviting him for a swim in which the premier was forced to wear flotation devices while conducting high-level negotiations. So who is this Soviet premier? For 200. As president of Tanzania in the 1960s, Julius Nyerere developed a socialist philosophy known as Ujamaa, which is also a key principle celebrated in this American holiday, also created in the 1960s. For 300, on Christmas Day 1989, and amid scenes of great celebration, this dictator of Romania, along with his wife, were executed on live television by firing squad.
We have to get the spelling absolutely correct.
You do not. A rough approximation. All right, for 400. By 1965, this Southeast Asian nation was the location of the largest communist party outside China and the Soviet Union, with an estimated 3 million members. Starting in that same year, a violent crackdown resulted in the death of about 500,000 suspected communists. And finally, for 500, in 1979, the Marxist-Leninist New Jewel movement seized power in this Caribbean island nation. All right, if you can, there you are.
All right.
Got that?
Yeah, the one that the 1100 or 1400 we missed the.
Yeah. All correct. Well done. Right. Right, correct. 4-5. So you missed that one. So that's 8, 10, 1100, which is what you got last time. So you're at, yeah. Monday Night Liberty. Monday Night Liberty? Okay, so 2200 and Papa John's. Okay, folks, here are the answers. Here are the answers for this Soviet premier, humiliated by Mao Zedong, Khrushchev. Khrushchev. The American holiday inspired by Tanzanian socialism, Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa. The dictator of Romania executed on live television, Ceausescu. Ceausescu. The Southeast Asian nation that had a violent crackdown on communists in '65, Indonesia. Indonesia. And finally, for 500, the New Jewel movement seized power in Grenada, the island of Grenada.
Okay. Score.
So, Ryan,
Tied for sixth place.
your score for your team is 1,100 both times. Okay. Because 500, 3, 2, and 1. That adds up to 1,100
sorry, you're
points.
right, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So 1,100 twice.
Have I been counting wrong here? Yeah, 500, 400.
No, 500, 300, 200,
Yeah,
100.
the total number of points is 500, 400, and 300. It's 1,200. Yeah, 1,500 total points, right?
Yes.
Right?
No, 1,600. $1,500. All right. I'm sorry. So then I
So everybody that has 1,500 should have.
Yeah.
Or everybody that we gave a 1,600 to should have 1,500. Okay.
sorry about that.
No, I did the same thing.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, leaderboard. After 2 rounds, tied for 6th place, ground beef and jonglers with 1,800. 5th place with 2,100, Little Caesars. 4th place with 2,200, Monday Night Liberty. 3rd place with 2,300, The Mullen Report. 2nd place with 2,500, Papa John's. And 1st place with 2,600, Dog. I think I did count it. I gave you 200. You guys are ground beef, right? Yeah, I'm sorry. You go down from 2,200 to 2,100.
Okay, so we're going to move on now with the next category of questions. Musical messages. In 1971, this former Beatle released the song How Do You Sleep, which was a scathing attack on Paul McCartney. There are only 3 options for this one. For 200, in this famous song, Bob Marley sings the words, "Emancipate yourself from mental slavery." For 300, this Beethoven symphony is known as the Pastoral Symphony because it is meant to convey the feeling of walking through nature. So what we need is a number applied to this particular symphony. For 400, this famous 1971 hit by Marvin Gaye was about the Vietnam War and the Civil Rights Movement and departed from Motown's typical focus on romantic ballads. 1971 Marvin Gaye hits about Vietnam War, civil rights. Okay, for 500. He was the principal creator of the widely influential The Threepenny Opera, which debuted in Germany in 1928 and contained a strong anti-capitalist message. Here are the answers. Yeah.
Thanks.
All right. How are we doing? We ready? Or? Oh, the Bob Marley song? Oh, that's probably going to kill you. Sorry. I'm sure you got it right. All right. Correct. Correct. Well, 2 out of 5. So, yeah. So that's 500. Okay. And you guys are Papa John's, right? 500. This is Monday Night Liberty, right? Okay. Correct. Correct. You got 2 of the 5. That's 700. All right. Okay. Okay, so Monday Night Liberty is 700. Papa John's 500. Jonklers 700.
I gotta tell you, once I saw the answers, like
Mullen Report 800.
once I saw the Marley one, I was like,
Okay, got that? Yep. All right. Okay, so here are the answers, folks. Okay, this former Beatle who attacked his former bandmate Paul McCartney in a song from '71, that was John Lennon. John Lennon. This famous song by Bob Marley, Redemption Song. Redemption Song. For 300, this Beethoven symphony called the Pastoral Symphony. That's the 6th symphony. 6th symphony. For 400, this famous hit by Marvin Gaye about the Vietnam War, etc. That was called What's Going On? What's Going On? And for 500, we have the principal creator of the Threepenny Opera, Bertolt Brecht. Bertolt Brecht. Did you get Bert?
In 7th place with 2,500 points, Jonklers. In 6th place with 2,600 points, Ground Beef. In 5th place with 2,900 points, Monday Night Liberty. In 4th place with 3,000 points, Papa John's. In tied for 2nd place with 3,100 points, Little Caesars and the Mullen.
All right. Okay, we're going to press on to the second round. Well, again, each question is worth double the points. This treaty finally put an end to the 30 Years' War raging across Central Europe in the early 17th century. For 400, after losing a war in the 1860s against Argentina, Brazil, and Uruguay, which was the deadliest in Latin American history, this nation was forced to sign the Treaty of the Triple Alliance, in which it ceded 40% of all its claimed territories. All right, for 600. In the 1880s, European diplomats met in this city to discuss common rules by which to partition Africa and to sort out simmering disputes over African territories. Okay, for 800, the Treaty of Kadesh is the earliest known surviving treaty in Middle Eastern history. It ended a war between ancient Egypt and this kingdom. Okay, for 500. Sorry, for 1,000. Probably because of his reputation for taking bribes and his past betrayal of the Catholic Church, the Bourbon monarchy, and the French revolutionaries, Napoleon referred to him to his face, his famous minister, as shit in silk stockings. Ready? Correct.
I'm impressed.
Correct. Correct. 3 of the 5.
That's our average.
So that's 1,800 points. 1,800 for jongleurs. Okay, correct, correct, correct. 4 of the 5, well done. That's 2,200, well done. 2,200 for, wait, I said 2,400, right? Can I see that again? Sorry.
2,200. I was totally convinced that was right.
Have you given your answers yet, or? All right. Correct, correct, correct. 4 of the 5, not bad. Very good. 2,200, well done. 2,200 for Papa John's. Did you get?
They said they'd already been graded.
Did they? I don't have your answers yet. Do I have your answers?
So you guys have not been graded?
Can I see? Oh. That's right. That's right. Okay. 1800. Okay, Monday Night Liberty, 2200s. Papa John's, 2200s. And Jongleurs, 1800s. Okay, all right.
I don't know, we did really good actually. Don't say that. Don't say that.
Okay, here are the answers, folks. Diplomacy for 200, this treaty that ended the 30 Years' War. I think all of you got this. It was the Treaty of Westphalia. For 400, after losing a war against Argentina, Brazil, and Uruguay, Paraguay was forced to sign this treaty. For 600, European diplomats met in Berlin to discuss the partition of Africa. Berlin is the right answer there. And for 800, the Treaty of Kadesh was between the ancient Egyptians and the Hittites, the Hittite kingdom. Hittites. Oh, one more question. One more answer. For 1,000 points, the French foreign minister who betrayed all these people, that was Talleyrand. Talleyrand.
Okay, now the leaderboard after 4 rounds. In 7th place with 3,800 ground beef. Next place with 4,300 jongleurs. Tied for 4th place with 4,900 Little Caesars and the Mullen Report. In 3rd place with 5,100 Monday Night Liberty. In 2nd place with 5,200 Papa John's. In 1st place with 6,600 dogs.
All right, next category. So it's a close game, anything can happen. It's still very, very competitive. Anyone can win. Okay, Young Rebels for 200. On the 4th of May, 1970, National Guardsmen opened fire on anti-war protesters on the campus of this college in Ohio, killing 4 and wounding 9. Okay, for 400, in May 1968, French student protesters combined with labor unions and left-wing activists to nearly bring down his government, and though he temporarily fled the country, he nevertheless regained his nerve, called for elections, and won an overwhelming mandate for his conservative ruling party. So who was this man who did all these things? Okay, for 600, in the 50s and 60s, the Greenwich Village neighborhood of Lower Manhattan became famous as a gathering place for these young nonconformists who were known for their love of jazz, poetry, and marijuana. Their numbers included the famous writers Jack Kerouac and Allen Ginsberg. For 800, in the 1980s, youth vigilante groups formed this large inspired by kung fu movies from Hong Kong. They trained the martial arts and briefly challenged the government before their violent suppression. So if you know geography, you might know this answer. Large island off the coast of Southeast Africa. And for 1,000 points here. In this African country in the 1970s, student protesters launched a movement that led to the overthrow of Emperor Haile Selassie, and 2 years later, the abolition of feudalism. So if you know the country of Emperor Haile Selassie, you know the answer to this question.
It's gone. It's gone. I control the end. It's got to be everywhere.
Correct, correct. 4 or 5. So that's 2,200. Well done. 2,200. Are we ready? Correct, correct, correct. Woo! That's fine. Have you given your answers yet? Nice job. So, yeah. So, 2,200. Is that the maximum? This college in Ohio that saw violence in 1970, that was Kent State.
We should advertise that one of our professors just wrote a book about this. Does everyone know Professor Brian Vandermark? He just wrote the definitive new book about this. So,
And it's called Kent State.
right, easy to find.
Yeah. He interviewed the National Guardsmen who actually were there on the is amazing. Yeah. For 400, the man who was in the midst of all of this chaos, Charles de Gaulle. If you got de Gaulle, that's enough. Charles de Gaulle. For 600, these young nonconformists loving jazz and poetry, the Beatniks. The Beatniks. For 800, these youth vigilante groups formed in Madagascar. Madagascar. And for 1,000 points, the student movement in Ethiopia brought down the Emperor Haile Selassie. Well done. A lot of you did well on this category.
All right, after 5 rounds, ground beef in 7th place with 6,800. In 6th place with 7,100 Little Caesars. In 5th place with 7,300 Jonglers. In 4th place with 7,900 The Mullen Report. In 3rd place with 8,100 Monday Night Liberty. In 2nd place with 8,200 Papa John's. In 1st place with 9,600 Dogs.
All right. Still very close. Anything can happen. Last category. Rags to riches, riches to rags. This Latin American nation has the world's largest known oil reserves, yet in the last decade its economy has deteriorated so rapidly that 7.7 million of its citizens, or about 20% of its total population, have fled to other countries. In 2018, the inflation rate reached 80,000%. For 400, both the UN and World Bank estimate this small coastal European state as the highest per capita GDP in the world at over $240,000 per year. For 600, in 1908, on a per capita basis, this nation was the 7th wealthiest in the world and by far the wealthiest in Latin America, based in part on its export of grain and beef. According to the IMF, in 2024, it ranks 71 in GDP per capita in the world. All right. For 800, in the 1990s, an estimated 2/3 of the population of this southeastern European nation were drawn into various pyramid schemes, over 24 of which went bankrupt. In 1997, angry citizens of this nation rose in rebellion. In the ensuing violence, over 2,000 died. Okay, last question. For 1,000 points, this 19th century American novelist wrote a series of highly popular rags to riches stories, such as Ragged Dick, which featured impoverished yet morally upright young men seeking and achieving social respect and freedom from poverty. Famous American novelist, 19th century. That's correct. Well done. Nice job. Nice job. All right. Well, 4 or 5 isn't bad. That's yeah. So you got 14, 2,000 altogether. All right. Those are 2,000. You guys ready? All right. All right. Correct. 4 or 5. So that's 2,200. 2,200. Ready? Correct. So that's 2,200. Well done. 4 or 5. All right, here are the answers, folks. I think you all got this one. The Latin American nation that has collapsed economically in recent years, Venezuela. For 400, with the highest GDP per capita in the world, Monaco. For 600, this beef and grain exporter, now not doing so well, Argentina. For 800, victims of a massive series of pyramid schemes, that was Albania. And For 1,000 points, the 19th century American writer of rags to riches stories, Horatio Alger. Horatio Alger.
All right, the standings going into the final Histopardy. In 7th place with 8,000, Ground Beef. In 6th place with 9,300, Little Caesars. In 5th place with 9,500, Jonglers. Tied for 3rd place with 10,100, Monday Night Liberty and the Midshipmen. 7th place with 11,200, Papa John's, and it's tightened up a little at the top. 1st place Dog with 11,600 in 1st place.
Very, very close.
Read those numbers again so you have them going into the final round. That's Ground Beef with 8,000, Little Caesars 9,300, Jonglers 9,500, Mullen Report and Monday Night Liberty 10,100, Papa John's 11,200, and Dog 11,600.
Okay, so this is the point of the game where you wager some, none, or all of your points. The category of this last question is, World War II. World War II. World War II.
I hear the strategy here is to make 1 point less the team that got the game. That's the way to do it. So whoever's in 2nd place, double theirs. Wait to see
So, do you know what you're going to wager, or do you need more time, or? Yeah, I'll just read it. I got it. Okay, we're having some slight technical difficulties, so you'll have to listen carefully to what I'm going to say. Okay, here is the question. Natural resources were a key element of the German war effort. In terms of natural resources, nothing was more important than the Ploesti oil fields located in this European country, which helped feed the German war effort. The country where is located the Ploesti oil fields. The country where the Ploesti oil fields were located. Ploesti. Is the question clear? Okay, so at this point, I guess you're done with your teamwork now, right? Okay, the answer is Romania, right? So just don't tell people if they get it right or wrong. Just collect their, got it? Got it. All right, what do we have? Okay, so as you know, I'm not going to tell you the answer, whether it's right or wrong. I'm just going to mark it down.
So you got them?
Yeah, they're correct.
Okay.
Do you have the answer?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Do we have an answer? Okay. Okay, folks, here's the answer to the last question following which the scores will be announced. So the Ploiești oil fields, key to the German war effort, were located in Romania. Romania. Okay, so they're going to read the final scores out because every team bet a different amount. Oh, yes. Okay, so the prize for the winning team, we have sandwich vouchers, 10 sandwich vouchers to the members of the winning team for Mission Barbecue in Annapolis. So, thank you, Mission Barbecue.
With 22,398 points, Papa John's, and the winner with 22,800 points, Dog.
You weren't ranked? Oh.
Correction! They didn't bid wrong. We wrote it down wrong. The scores
Ryan, they weren't ranked. They weren't ranked. They weren't ranked. Okay, thanks everyone for coming. Thank you, Sap. Well done.